Chapter 2. The Power of Consciousness. Reality as a Mental Creation. Idealism invites us to step into a world where the boundaries of reality as we know it dissolve, revealing a truth that's both startling and strangely intuitive. The universe isn't made of physical stuff, it's a creation of consciousness. Picture the world around you right now, the room you're in, the objects on your desk, the sky outside your window. Materialism tells us these things are made of atoms, molecules, and energy, existing independently of your mind. But idealism flips this idea on its head. What if everything you experience isn't a collection of physical objects but a tapestry of perceptions, woven entirely from the threads of thought? In this view, the chair you're sitting on, the sound of birds chirping, even the sensation of your own breath, they're not separate from your mind. They're manifestations of it, existing only because they're perceived. This concept has deep roots in the history of philosophy, stretching back to the 18th century, with George Berkeley, an Irish thinker whose ideas still resonate today. Imagine Berkeley walking through the lush gardens of Trinity College in Dublin, his mind buzzing with a radical insight. He argued that to be is to be perceived, meaning that objects only exist as perceptions in a mind. A tree in the forest, a stone on the riverbank, the moon glowing in the night sky, they don't have an independent existence. They exist because they're being perceived, whether by you, another person, or a greater consciousness. For Berkeley, that greater consciousness was God, a divine mind that perceives everything at all times, ensuring the world doesn't vanish when we close our eyes. Without a perceiver, Berkeley said, there's nothing to perceive. The world isn't a physical stage we're acting on, it's a mental stage, a shared dream held together by a universal mind. Let's bring this idea closer to home with a metaphor that might make it more tangible. Think about a dream you've had recently, one so vivid it felt real while you were in it. Perhaps you were walking through a bustling city, the streets alive with the hum of voices, the scent of street food in the air, the feel of cobblestones under your feet. In that dream, everything seemed solid, independent, real. You could touch the walls of buildings, hear the laughter of children, taste the food you bought from a vendor. But then you woke up, and the city vanished. It was all a creation of your mind, a world that existed only within your consciousness. Idealism suggests that our waking reality might work the same way, just on a grander scale. The physical world, with its laws of physics, its solid objects, its predictable patterns, could be a projection of a universal consciousness, a cosmic dream we're all experiencing together. This perspective changes how we think about the world in profound ways. If reality is mental, then the boundaries between out there and in here start to blur. The tree you see outside your window isn't a separate, physical object, it's part of the same consciousness you are, a perception within the same mind. This idea can feel abstract at first, but it's also deeply intuitive when you reflect on your own experience. Everything you know, every sight, sound, smell, or thought happens within your consciousness. You never directly experience a physical world outside of your mind, you only experience your perceptions of it. So why assume the physical world is the foundation? Idealism proposes that consciousness is the foundation, and the physical world is its expression, a mental construct that emerges from the universal mind. The implications of this view are both exciting and transformative. If reality is a creation of consciousness, then our thoughts, emotions, and intentions might have more power than we realize. We're not just passive observers in a physical universe, we're active participants in a mental one, co-creating the reality we experience. This doesn't mean you can make objects disappear by willing them away, but it does suggest that the way you perceive the world, your beliefs, your focus, your emotions shapes the reality you live in. A sunset isn't just a physical event, it's a mental experience, colored by your thoughts and feelings. The joy you feel watching it isn't just happening in your brain, it's part of the fabric of reality itself, a thread in the tapestry of consciousness. As we explore this idea further, we'll see how this mind-centric view can empower us to live more fully, more creatively, and more connectedly in the world we inhabit. Connecting individual and universal minds. One of the most beautiful and profound ideas in idealism is the connection between individual and universal consciousness, a concept that can shift how you see yourself and your place in the universe. Let's start with a metaphor to make this idea come alive. Imagine the universe as a vast, shimmering ocean, its surface stretching endlessly in every direction, reflecting the light of 1,000 stars. Now picture yourself as a wave on that ocean. As a wave, you have your own shape, your own rhythm, your own unique dance with the wind. You rise and fall, feeling separate, distinct, with your own thoughts, emotions, and experiences. But if you let your awareness sink beneath the surface, you realize something profound. You're not separate at all. The water that makes up your wave is the same water as the ocean, the same water as every other wave. You're part of the whole, connected to everything else in a way that transcends your individual form. This metaphor captures the essence of idealism's view of consciousness. Your individual mind, the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, the experiences you have is like a wave on the ocean of universal consciousness. You feel separate with your own identity, your own story, but beneath the surface, you're part of a greater mind, a cosmic consciousness that connects all beings. Historical idealists like George Berkeley saw this universal consciousness as God, a divine mind that perceives all things and holds the world together. For Berkeley, the reason the world doesn't disappear when you stop perceiving it is because God is always perceiving it, an infinite awareness that sustains reality. This idea gave Berkeley a sense of comfort and wonder, knowing that everything exists within a divine mind, a consciousness that's both vast and intimate. Modern interpretations of idealism offer different ways to think about this universal consciousness, often moving away from religious frameworks, while keeping the core insight. Some contemporary philosophers, like Philip Goff, explore panpsychism, the idea that consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe, present even in the smallest particles. In this view, the universal consciousness isn't a single entity like God, but a pervasive quality of reality, a kind of cosmic awareness that manifests in everything, from a human mind to a blade of grass. Others propose a more unified model, suggesting that the universe itself is a single mind, and our individual consciousnesses are localized expressions of it. This idea resonates with non-dual traditions like Advaita Vedanta, an ancient Indian philosophy that sees reality as one, undivided whole. In Advaita Vedanta, the individual self, your sense of being a separate I, is an illusion. The true reality is Brahman, a universal consciousness that underlies all existence. This concept of a shared consciousness can be incredibly empowering when you let it sink in. It means you're never truly alone, no matter how isolated you might feel. Your thoughts, emotions, and experiences aren't confined to your individual mind, they're part of a universal consciousness, rippling out to touch everything else. When you feel joy, that joy isn't just yours, it's a vibration in the cosmic mind, resonating with the joy of others. When you feel pain, that pain is shared, held within the same consciousness that holds all beings. This perspective can bring a deep sense of connection, reminding you that you're part of something vast and infinite, a mind that transcends space and time. Let's explore this idea further with a personal reflection. I remember a moment in my own life when I felt this connection viscerally. I was hiking in the mountains, surrounded by towering peaks and a sky so blue it seemed to hum with life. As I sat on a rock, watching the clouds drift by, I felt a sudden, overwhelming sense of unity. It was as if the boundaries between me and the world dissolved. I wasn't just a person looking at the mountains. I was part of them, part of the sky, part of everything. My thoughts, my breath, my heartbeat, they felt like they were echoing in a larger mind, a consciousness that held the mountains, the sky, and me in its embrace. That moment shifted something in me, giving me a glimpse of what idealism describes, a reality where we're all connected, where our individual minds are waves on the ocean of universal consciousness. This connection also suggests that we can tap into the universal mind in ways that go beyond our everyday experience. Meditation, for instance, might be more than just a way to relax. It could be a way to access the deeper layers of consciousness, to feel the ocean beneath the wave. Dreams, too, might offer glimpses of this greater mind, moments when the boundaries of our individual consciousness soften and we touch something larger. Even moments of inspiration, when an idea seems to come from nowhere, might be the universal consciousness speaking through us, a whisper from the ocean to the wave. As we move through this chapter, we'll explore how to cultivate this connection in your own life, using practical exercises to help you feel the unity that idealism reveals. Original exercise, the unity visualization. Now that we've explored the idea of a universal consciousness, let's bring it to life with a practical exercise I've created for this book, a meditation I call the unity visualization. This exercise is designed to help you experience the idealist principle of connection, to feel yourself as part of a greater whole, and it's perfect for an audiobook narration with its immersive, sensory details. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, a place where you can sit or lie down comfortably. If you're listening to this as an audiobook, you might want to pause after each step to fully immerse yourself in the experience. Let's begin. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, letting your body relax with each exhale. Feel the air moving in through your nose, filling your lungs and then flowing out, carrying away any tension. Notice the weight of your body against the chair or floor, the way it feels supported, grounded. Let your shoulders soften, your jaw loosen, your hands rest gently in your lap. With each breath, feel yourself sinking into a state of calm, your mind becoming quiet and receptive like a still lake reflecting the sky. Now, imagine you're standing on a beach at the edge of a vast ocean. The sand beneath your feet is warm, soft, shifting slightly as you wiggle your toes. The ocean stretches out before you, its surface shimmering with every shade of blue, deep sapphire, turquoise, cerulean, reflecting the sunlight in a dance of light and color. You hear the gentle rhythm of the waves, a soothing pulse that matches the beat of your heart. The air smells of salt and sea, fresh and alive, filling your lungs with each breath. Take a moment to soak in this scene, to feel fully present on this beach, with the ocean before you and the sky above. Picture yourself as a wave on that ocean. Feel the rise and fall of your form, the way you move with the rhythm of the sea, cresting and dipping in a graceful dance. As a wave, you have your own shape, your own motion, your own unique presence. You feel the wind on your surface, the pull of the tide, the energy of the ocean moving through you. Notice how, as a wave, you seem separate, distinct, with your own identity. But now, let your awareness sink beneath the surface. Feel the water that makes up your wave. It's the same water as the ocean, the same water as every other wave. You're not separate at all. You're part of the whole, connected to everything in a way that transcends your individual form. Stay with this feeling for a few moments, letting yourself sense the vastness of the ocean, the way it holds all the waves in its embrace. Imagine the other waves around you, some small, some large, each with its own rhythm, its own dance. Know that these waves are like the minds of others, each unique yet part of the same ocean, the same universal consciousness. Feel the connection between you, the way your thoughts, emotions, and experiences ripple through the water, touching every other wave. This ocean is the universal mind, and you are one of its expressions, a wave that's both individual and infinite, separate and whole. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the beach. Feel the sand beneath your feet, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of the waves in the distance. Open your eyes, carrying this sense of unity with you. This unity visualization can be a powerful tool whenever you feel disconnected or overwhelmed. It's a reminder that you're part of something greater, a universal consciousness that holds us all together, a truth at the heart of idealism that we'll continue to explore in the chapters ahead.